with the title From Here Where. Please welcome Toastmaster Mukund.
The lingering question should not be from there to here. The lingering question should be from here where. What's next? Dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests, these were the words of my manager when there was a discussion going on about my appraisal a few years back. And I still remember those words and still remember those stories that he told us. So let me go and detail and tell you about what happened on that day. So I went to my manager's cabin and sat in front of him. Suddenly my manager stood up and went to the whiteboard and he drew my career path. He said, you join as an intern, you become a developer, DBA, senior DBA, lead DBA, manager. He came in front of me. He said, he looked in my eyes and said, isn't it great that you have become manager in such a short time? There was a smile on my face, my head was up, my chest was right, and he said, yes sir. He said, this will drag you back. He said, the lingering question should not be from there to here. The lingering question should be from here to there. He said, whenever you get a success, you have to reset the axis, you have to make it zero and look forward, forget about past. And then he said, then he told me a very beautiful story, a story of dragonfly. So there used to be a colony of water bugs at the bottom of the pond, and every few days they used to realize that one of the water bugs used to climb the lily stalk, go up and never used to come back. So all these water bugs came together, they took a solemn pledge and said that next time whoever goes up has to come down and tell us what happened to them. Then after a few days, one of the water bugs who has taken the solemn pledge realized that he is climbing the lily stalk, and he climbed up and went up to the surface and rested on the lily leaf. While he was resting on the lily leaf, he realized that this atmosphere is totally different than what used to be at the bottom of the pond. It is little warmer also. So he little bit relaxed, and then later on, due to the sunshine, due to natural process, he underwent a process called metamorphosis, and he got wings. He converted into a dragonfly. He got wings and he flapped his wings, took a couple of rounds to the pond, touched the water and came back and again rested on the lily leaf. So he was just relaxing and looking down. Then he suddenly realized that his face is changed. He is no more a bug, water bug. He has become a dragonfly. Then he was again looking down, so he saw his friends at the bottom of the pond. Then he realized, yeah, I had given them a promise. I have to go back and tell him what happened. Then at that point of time, he understood that it is not possible. And then he had 4 profound realizations in his life, and he said, the first realization that he had, that now that I have become a dragonfly, no matter what I do, I cannot go back to the bottom of the pond. Similarly, in your career, you have become maybe a developer, senior developer, lead, manager. You cannot go back and become a developer and DBA. You have to renew your perception. You have already become a dragonfly. You cannot behave like a water bug. Then he said, he had a second realization. He said, somehow even if I go back to the water at the bottom of the pond, those water bugs will no more recognize me in a new form as a dragon. Right? This is the price that you have to pay when you become or grow up in your life. The world around you will never recognize you in your new form. Right? And he also tells, the friends of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi can no longer be friends of Mahatma Gandhi. The people who walked around Siddhartha can no longer know how to walk around Buddha. So, a man who walks ahead of the time or grows ahead of the time is surely be misunderstood by the rest of the world. So that's the second realization that he had. And then he says there is a fourth realization also. So he says, if I wouldn't have given up the comfort of being an insect, I wouldn't have become a dragonfly. He says, it needs a big courage to give up your comfort zone and become a dragonfly. Otherwise, you will keep on doing what you are doing. And then the fourth realization that he had, and for me it's very, very, very important realization that he had. He says, now that I have become a dragonfly, should I forsake my friends? Should I forget them? He says, no. If I keep on flying as a dragonfly, one day those friends will look at me and they will inspire to become a dragonfly, and they will become a dragonfly. So it's a moral responsibility of each and every individual who has made in his life to be worthy of what they are, and for those it will be an inspiration, and those people will be inspired and aspire to become a dragonfly, and that day they will realize that what happened to them. So with this he said, the lingering question should not be from there to there. Lingering question should be from here, where? Back to you.